What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we have the power rankings next 8. We got 24 through 17 today. I'm a little more zoomed in today for Devin, so hopefully that's appreciated. Let's just get right into this. So coming in at number 24 with a 5-12 record, I have the not Oakland, I have the Las Vegas Raiders. So with the Raiders, big question is which car are we going to get? Sometimes Carr's playing at a very nice level, and other times he's playing at a very subpar level. So which car are the Raiders going to get this year? Their defense is pretty questionable as well. And weapons, like who are they going to have as their weapons? They got Josh Jacobs, they got Darren Waller. Carr is going to be a little iffy. So I think they're not too bad on the offensive side. But again, who's the weapons on the defense? That's a big question, I think, for that team. Number 23, with a predicted 6-11 record, I have the New York Giants. Daniel Jones, he's got a big ball security problem. He's got a ball security problem, so he's got to keep that ball. I don't know about Saquon. I think he should be back from his injury, but there's still reports he's really taking it easy at practice, so we're not sure exactly what's up with him just yet. And then they also added Galladay. Kenny Galladay, I think he was injured a lot last year, but he's a solid player when he's healthy. And their division's not too tough. They have, I think, like the easiest division in the NFL, in my opinion. So I'm going 6-11. Coming in at number 22, I have the Broncos with a 7-10 record. Their defense is solid. They got Von Miller, they got Bradley Chubb, they added Kyle Fuller this offseason. Their defense is solid, but I think Drew Lock's a bit inconsistent, and their offense in total is a bit inconsistent. They're trying to get Aaron Rodgers this past offseason, so that just shows they're not totally comfortable having Drew Lock as their quarterback. So I just think their offense is going to hold them back a little. I have them going 7-10, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were a little higher than that. At 21, I have the Washington football team with an 8-9 record. They have another team with a good defense, but it's just their little offense I'm worried about. Again, same division as the Giants. It's pretty easy. However, I do think it's going to be better than last year. Just total, I think it's going to be better. So that makes it a little tougher than it has been like last year, where they were really the worst team or the worst division. And then the offense, like who's going to step up on that offense? It's probably going to have to be like Antonio Gibson, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's got the Fitz magic, we all know, but I don't know. I have him going 8-9. We'll see what happens with that team. I just think, again, similar to the Broncos, their offense is going to be holding them back. At number 20, I have the Dolphins at 9-8. So is Tua going to be better? I watched him in the preseason game. He looked all right. He had one interception, but besides that, he looked pretty solid. So I think Tua is going to be a big improvement this year. We'll have to wait to see that. Their defense is fine, too. I don't think it's a huge major problem. It's not a strength of theirs necessarily. Xavier Howard, 10 picks last year, so we'll see with that defense. I think it's a good enough defense. It's just nothing. It's not like that defense is going to, bring them to the playoffs by themselves. And, they do have a pretty tough division. The Bills, we know, are going to be good, and I think the Patriots will be a lot better this year than last year. Coming in at number 19, I have the Minnesota Vikings at also a 9-8 record. So Delvin Cook, he's really good when he's healthy. Again, it's just health issues with him. Can he stay healthy versus, him playing 16, 17 games is a big difference for the Minnesota Vikings than if he just plays like 6 or 8 games or something like that. He can make or break that team. And can they be consistent? Vikings, we've seen them go on really good runs and then go on really cold runs. So can Cousins and the rest of that team be consistent? And maybe that ranking at 9-8 is a little bit of a bias as a Bears fan, because coming in at number 18, I have the Chicago Bears, also at a 9-8 record. Their defense, I think, is good enough to win them some games. It's worse than last year since we don't have Fuller anymore. I do think it's going to take a little step down, and there were times last year where the defense was actually an issue with that team. But we're getting Jalen Johnson back. We're going to have Akeem Hicks, Eddie Goldman, Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson. So I think that defense is still solid. Roquan Smith, how did I forget him? Very underrated. So we still have a good defense. And then when does Fields play? That's a huge question with the Bears. When's there going to be the transition from Dalton to Fields? That's going to have a big impact on their record, I think. Fields in that preseason game, you guys can watch what I thought about that preseason game in my other video, but he had a solid game. And we do have weapons in Chicago, and I named the weapons on the defensive side. On the offense, we'll see how Fields is, but we have David Montgomery, Allen Robinson, still have Jimmy Graham as a red zone threat, and we'll see Darnell Mooney. If he takes a step up this year, he's going to be an elite receiver. So I have the Bears at ranked 18 at 9-8. And then finally rounding out this list at 17, I have the Chargers, also at a 9-8 record. I had them at a 10-7, but just I was calculating to make all the records actually be like how I could be in the NFL, where you have to have the same amount of wins and losses. So I had to move them down, but I have him at 9-8 right now. So my questions are: is Herbert gonna take a next step, or will he digress? He had a great year last year, Rookie of the Year, in the AFL. What am I saying? In the AFC. So will he continue to get better, or will he take a step back? Will he disappoint? Because he has high expectations going into this year. He really does. So can he live up to that? And I think if he does, they're going to have a winning record, potentially make the playoffs. If he doesn't, I think that team's going to be not as good, obviously. And then can they win the close games? Yeah, last year they really had problems with 3-point games or one-possession games. They lost all of them pretty much. So if they can win those close games, then they might do a little better than my predicted 9-8. We'll have to see. I've got them at number 17. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next 8 coming out. I think I'm going to make it from a week from when this video comes out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.